Okay, imagine you're meeting someone new. You never met this person before, and they come up to you, they offer you a hand for a handshake, and you shake their hands, but it's going on a little too long. This happens to me all the time. I really don't like it. I'm more a fan of the fist bumps. But anyways, why is this happening? Why is this interaction taking place? It makes me wonder, why do we act the way we act? And one of the theories that we went over in class, the theory of planned behavior, helps us understand why some of the actions that we do happen the way that they do. So the main goals for this video are going to be understanding what the theory of planned behavior is, applying that theory to persuasion and understanding how we could mold that theory to understand better how to resist persuasive messages. For me, it's going to be resisting persuasive messages to shake people's hands and instead using fist bumps.
So the theory of planned behavior says in order for us to understand what people will do, we need to know what they intend to do. And that seems kind of obvious, but there's a lot that goes into it. For example, there's 3 factors that really go into what drives our intentions. There's attitude, subjective norms, and then perceived behavioral control. All these 3 factors influence our intentions. And then those intentions in turn influence our behavior. Now we're going to draw some examples each of the 3 of attitudes, subjective norms, and then perceived behavioral control to show some images so that you can associate these terms with the pictures. So the first one we're going to do is attitudes, and attitudes are evaluations of things, events, objects, or people, either positive or negative. So basically how you're feeling towards people, objects, or things. So here, this picture is going to be a picture, I think, of me having a bad attitude towards someone trying to shake my hand, I think is what it's gonna be. Yep, there it is. Looks great. Here are my shoes. Oh, yeah, okay. There it is. Look at that hand. Alright, next one. So the next one is subjective norms. The subjective norms are attitudes, behaviors, or actions that are considered normal or average. Basically, actions that seem socially normal. Now we are drawing a picture of social norms, and I think this one is when I am upset because everyone else is being super consistent and competent with handshaking, and I'm just like, well, that's cool, and I don't want to shake hands, but I also want to be consistent. Oh well. So our final one is going to be perceived behavioral control. And perceived behavioral control is a belief of the amount of direction one has over an environment. So an example is it easier for me to complete this behavior or more hard for me to complete this behavior? So for example, for me, it's harder to shake people's hands because I don't like shaking people's hands. But for other people, it may be way more easy, and it may be such a norm. And this final picture is going to be me looking at my hand, thinking about how much control I have over my own actions, or how hard it is to shake other people's hands. And thinking about how we can use this theory to better resist persuasive messages. Once we understand the social norms, we can remain committed and consistent with a new social norm or a new perceived attitude or behavior to better ward away unwanted ones and insert better ones.
So, wrapping up, what we learned that the theory of planned behavior is it consists of attitudes, perceived behavioral controls, and social norms, and all those influence intentions, which influence your behavior. And how does this affect what we learned about persuasion? Well, it has to do with our commitment and consistency levels, and how we can resist that is by inserting different social norms or different intentions to influence our behavior and other people's. And then also we understand that fist bumps are way cooler than handshakes, just in general.